there's a lot of people that would probably like to know what the hell is going on here. There are a lot of people that are probably wondering if it's true. If the money of the Dangerous Alliance has merged with the pure wrestling genius of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Hot Stuff International. If there's actually been a merger between the two most powerful forces in all of wrestling. The answer is yes.
Canvas blueprints in the dust, back room roaring, broken teeth and rust, chain link press, swing and miss, call it pain, I call it this. Step in, step down, hear that floor shake now, hands up, heads low, something's coming round. Welcome to the wreck. Welcome to the wreck. We came for the wreck. We came for the wreck. Hit me hard.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 5 of the Retro Wrestling Review ECW podcast. I'm Gene Jackson, joined by your new favorite podcaster, Mr. Brandon Wheeler. What's up, Brandon?
Hey, Gene. How's it going, man?
Oh, not too bad, man. It's been a pretty good week.
Same here.
Can't complain for a change.
Didn't do any good anyway.
No, but it hasn't always been the case. But things have
That's
gone
right.
pretty well lately there. So we can't just ignore it. We can't act like it's not there. So right below your name, it says horse trainer extraordinaire. Do we want to embellish on that a little bit?
Well, you know, I mean, I just throwing that out there as the episode gets started. Maybe it'll make a little more sense as we go on.
Yeah, if you folks, if you still don't get it at the end, then we'll get Brandon to explain it. But I think it'll all become very clear to you in just a few moments. So we're going to go ahead and kick this one off, and like I said, we may spend a little bit of time at the end recapping some things and covering some things. But right now, let's just get this thing going here. Of course, we always start off hearing about Carter W. Reed, Fine Diamonds, and Pawnery, if you will. I don't think that's a real word, but pawn shoppery, perhaps. I don't know. So the first time I watched ECW, it's in like 95-ish, and it's on Sports South at 1 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't a network version of ECW, so I remember turning it on, and White Zombie, Thunder Kiss 65 blasting this. I don't know. This opening every week is jarring to me. Like, this is how ECW starts at this point.
No kidding. It's like so far from what you expect.
Yeah. Oh my God! Look at that cummerbund and tie he's rocking this week, dude.
He's down to the 5th button on his shirt too.
My name is Jay
Fluorescent.
I'll be bringing you all the play-by-play action.
I'm gonna wear my highlighter colored cummerbund tonight, Stevie.
ECW, Mr. Stevie Wonderful.
Even in 93, that was a bold choice.
You kidding? Stevie looks like he's got the hair extra teased tonight. I don't know.
He does, man. That's what I'm saying. He's down to the 5th button over there. Like he's
Let me tell you about the title matches.
must be the first of the month or something.
Yeah, he hit an extra layer of hairspray on there tonight. He means business.
Again, we'll go against the Super Destroyers.
Jay Sully looks more uncomfortable in the 5th episode than he did in the first.
We've also got the ECW heavyweight champion.
Maybe that tie's too tight or something. His head looks kind of red. He looks
like somebody's got their thumb up his ass or something. Yeah. Like every time he starts to talk, he actually stiffens up when he talks.
He does.
Right here tonight. But before we get started, fans, Stevie,
I like how he
understand
just
that
stares
Eddie
Stevie in the
Gilbert
mouth the entire time
has
Stevie's
a
talking, so he can
big
talk the minute he
surprise for
stops.
everybody in Easter Championship.
Hold on a minute. Look, Eddie Gilbert and I go back when we were kids. He's been my nemesis ever since then. But I want to tell you something. Last week, did you see the look on Eddie Gilbert's face?
Eddie Gilbert.
Eddie Gilbert.
Ty Gordon.
When Eddie Gilbert saw what Terry Funk had in store, you know what? Let's take a look at that clip right now and see just what Eddie Gilbert looked like when he walked out of here with his tail between his legs.
If we can, I want the director to roll that VTR tape I have from that I Quit match, and I want to show everyone watching Sports Channel how I ran the living
So,
legend, Terry Funk.
Anybody from the Philadelphia era that's watching this on
Stop the tape right now.
Sports Channel Philadelphia knows Todd Gordon's lived in Philadelphia all his life.
Yeah.
Historically, everybody knows Eddie Gilbert's from Tennessee. Wherever these two are supposed to have grown up together. That's such a weird thing for him to throw in there.
And totally unnecessary.
Yeah, it adds nothing to the story.
I'm not. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm out here to do that.
You know,
Oh boy.
I've been riding all morning long out here on the Double Cross Ranch. I rode 10 miles in every direction, and I have been looking for Eddie Gilbert. Eddie Gilbert, hot stuff, is supposed to meet me out here on the Double Cross Ranch so I can explain to him the rules of a Texas chain match massacre. Let me tie up my horse Clyde here, and then I'll see if I can find Gilbert anywhere around. Come on, Clyde. I've been looking high and low for Eddie Gilbert, and I can't find him anywhere. I've looked all over this dadgum Double Cross Ranch. Oh, there you are.
Well, they
It's
put his
so
name
good
on
to
the
see
screen.
you, hot stuff. Now I would like to explain to you the rules and the
Only Terry
regulations
Funk could
of
get
a
away with
Texas
this.
chain match
Man,
massacre.
he is so
Are you
underrated,
ready to
though. I mean, this
listen?
shit was
Are
so
you?
funny.
Well, I hope so, hot stuff, because you realize there's no stopping because of blood in a Texas chain match. Falls do not count. There's
The
no
name of the
count
match
outside
changes
of the
every time
ring.
he says it.
No
I
count
know,
on the
right?
floor. No time limit.
I mean,
There's
historically, it was
only one
Russians
way
that had
to
the chain
win the
match.
match.
And
Right.
Texans
Do
had
you
the Boro
understand
match.
that,
This
Eddie?
is kind of a
I
first.
certainly hope that you do, because how
Texas
you win
chain
the
match
is
massacre
you
is
have
what
to
he keeps
pull your
calling it.
opponent around to 4 corners in succession. Both
Sounds
of
like
us
a
will
Russian
be
chain
chained
match.
together with
Exactly.
this 8-foot chain, Eddie, and I'm going to pull you around to uno, dos, tres, and cuatro corners, and the match will be over. Now, you tell me what you think about that, Eddie. Your voice has changed, but your breath is still the same. Oh, my goodness. Hot stuff.
Oh, Lord.
Like I say, that would be. I mean, it's absurd with Terry Funk doing it, but it's still passable. Like anybody else couldn't have gotten away with that.
Yeah. Did you see that? The already signed for TV taping.
Yes.
Road Warrior Hawk. How cool is
What a
that?
rush!
Whether you come in for dinner or lunch, eat in or carry out, you'll love Trattoria Pizzeria. There's delicious seafood dishes, beer,
Trattoria
chicken salad,
sounds too much
tacos,
like
and of course,
something you don't want to get from your pizzeria. You know what I mean? It rhymes with diarrhea too much for my taste.
To help celebrate, every pizza.
I think they make a cream for that.
is half price. Visit Trattoria Pizzeria in the Fairfield Place Shopping Center in Exton.
Tell us about the match you would love to see. Right to ECW Dream Match. So, given who we've seen so far on the roster, who would you be sending in back in the day for this, Brandon?
Ooh, man. I don't know. I think I probably would have dug Glenn Osborne as a kid. I think that'd have been right up my alley.
So that might have been your dream match he shut down last week. Glenn Osborne versus Sal Balomo that we almost saw.
Yes.
Big heel move, Eddie. You already killed your dream match there. Look at Eddie in the leather jacket. When I was watching this the other night, I was like, I don't recall ever really seeing Eddie Gilbert come out in a black leather jacket. Like, it just struck me as odd.
Tassels on it. It's about as 90s as it gets.
It looks like the one Tony Stetson's been wearing out there. It makes you wonder if he didn't see it laying on a chair and like, hey, watch this
Take a
Don.
shit.
Only if Don would have put that big Sal Blomo helmet on and wore it out there. Perfect. Madman from the Badlands.
Representing Hot Stuff International, he's from Every Girl's Dream, 222 pounds, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
I don't like how they make hot stuff one word in the graphic here. That's bizarre.
Oh, lowercase s. That's just messed up.
Yeah, that's. So Morocco in '88 just all of a sudden got jacked out of his mind like you had never seen him. Like he got so roided up, it was uncomfortable to look at. And then by '93,
it looks like this.
Here we are. Yeah, so look like somebody put an air hose up his ass. Like I'm one to talk, but I never went through a rip stage. So
I didn't get jacked 6 years ago.
I stayed fat the whole time, Donnie.
That's right.
Get it right.
Fucking losers.
I don't think JT was too happy with that initial outcome, but he might have a chance at some revenge here, Stevie.
He better get used to those types of outcomes.
Every time I see JT Smith, I think of TD Steele on Memphis. You know,
Yes.
just the initials and just the kind of the similar look, and then you think that like JT Smith was considered like the homegrown superstar to come out of Tri-State when Goodhart shut down, and who they kind of thought was going to be the one to break out once ECW got going. And to think that, you know, not to spoil anything, but that's not exactly how things happen. Which, I mean, he's definitely talented, but I mean, I don't know. I don't get breakout star vibe, but oh my God, he took the hell out of that clothesline, though.
Yeah, that was a good bump.
He's like the love child of TD Steele and Derek King. Morocco's a good candidate for a singlet by this time.
No kidding. He looked rough, man.
He ain't surfing at this point, I don't think. You know.
No. Whoa! Did you hear that?
I heard that. I need to grab that as a soundbite and use it for something. Sure, Rob would enjoy it if nothing else.
I guarantee it.
Wow, what a move, Stevie. That really put the hurting on the throat of JT.
And it'll get all the saliva that's in your mouth out of it.
Here comes Eddie Gilbert back in the ring. JT Smith not looking too good here. Eddie Gilbert taunting Glenn Osborne outside the ring to divert the referee.
Oh.
Smart move as he then tosses JT Smith over the top rope outside. Don Morocco waiting for him.
What? I'm so disturbed that these last two episodes, Straw Hat Guy is not wearing a straw hat. He's just wearing a cap. Like, what the hell, dude?
Feels so wrong, man.
Filling your gimmies, Trucker Hat Guy at this point, and that's just not the same. Trucker Hat Guy should be sitting in the front row at Birmingham, not Philadelphia.
Talladega.
Yeah, exactly. Whoop his ass, Seabass.
How tall was Eddie Gilbert? Was he was six-ish foot?
Yeah, between 6 and 6'1".
I got you.
Magnificent one, Don Morocco. Oh, he's got that taped thumb. Did he get that thumb to the throat there, Stevie?
Well, you've heard of the Asiatic spike before, haven't you?
Don Morocco, was he claiming there's an injured thumb there, or what's the deal there? Why is that thumb taped up like that?
I believe that JT...
I hate that Stevie Wonderful doesn't stay around longer. Like,
No
I would
kidding,
love to
man.
have heard his interaction with Joey Styles.
Absolutely.
Oh, shit.
Don't ignore me, Sully.
Yeah, this is what happens when you insult Skid Row. He's like, ain't no guy that comes out to Donna Summer going to come out here and shit talk Skid Row, sir.
Got all four competitors in the ring. Oh, there go two outside the ring. Don Morocco, JT outside the ring. Glenn Osborne, nice back body drop on Eddie Gilbert in the middle of the ring there, Stevie.
Now watch Glenn Osborne pull the hair as he scoops Eddie Gilbert up again.
Oh, my
Eddie
God.
looks huge on him, you know. God bless.
God damn.
What's in the ring, Sully?
Look at this.
Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen. Did he have snakeskin cowboy boots on, it looked like?
I think Eddie had a long-distance phone call.
Unbelievable for the cover, Eddie Gilbert.
Yeah, it actually did look like.
Wow.
International with some outside interference.
That was my favorite part about Paulie Dangerously in the 90s. I mean, cell phones weren't even really a thing yet, so he's just walking around with a cordless phone that there's no chance there's a base somewhere that that's working. He's just hitting people with it, yeah. We got to hear this. The very first promo from Paul E. Dangerously in ECW.
There's a lot of people that would probably like to know what the hell is going on here. There are a lot of people that are probably wondering if it's true. If the money of the Dangerous Alliance has merged with the pure wrestling genius of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Hot Stuff International. If there's actually been a merger between the two most powerful forces in all of wrestling. The answer is yes. And why? Why here? Why now? Why not in New York? Why not in Atlanta? In Las Vegas? In California? Why not in Dallas, Texas? Why here in the ECW? Why bring the greatest intercontinental heavyweight champion of all time, the man that gave credence to the belt? Why take Superfly Jimmy Snuka from the top of the steel cage in Madison Square Garden, 25 feet down? Why take Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert? Why put Paulie Dangerously in the ECW? Because we are determined to make Todd Gordon a broke man. Because I don't think anybody in Pennsylvania has enough guts to see what Eddie Gilbert, Don Morocco, and Superfly Jimmy Snuka have to offer. I've always said that if you're a Pennsylvanian, you're a born scumbag. And in my opinion, Todd Gordon's going to have arenas about as full as a Jack in the Box in the Pacific Northwest. You're going out of business because there's not a person in Pennsylvania with enough guts to come see what we have to offer. Earn your money, wrap it up.
Absolutely incredible, fans. What kind of evil...
Well, there you go. The first ever promo from Paul Heyman in ECW history. It's kind of funny. Those words become prophetic. They say they're going to break Todd Gordon, and they almost do.
And a lot of other people.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, it's that grudge tag team match that you were hoping for, the big rematch. It's crazy to me how different Johnny Hotbody looks with this different hairdo than when he comes out with that unfortunate hairdo he's rocking currently. Well, then, not currently, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
And it doesn't help that he's a suicide blonde with black hair. I mean, I guess that's the joke, but
You know, Stetson,
oh boy, here we go.
where I come from, a man knows
come
when it's
from?
over. He knows when he's lost.
I just lean up and kiss him on the hair.
You're like crybabies. Every night
Like
we go out
crybabies.
there, we beat you up, you go crying.
He does
back
not
to
look like
Todd
that
Gordon.
voice would come out of
Another
him.
rematch. Well, I've got news
You know what
for
I
the
mean? Like
two of
all these
you.
weeks that we
I've
just
had
saw him, like that's
If
not
you
what I
can't
pictured he was
educate
going to
yourself,
sound like.
I will educate you. Listen, N-O. Do you know what that means? That means no, as in no more title matches.
No more, baby!
After tonight, that's it. These guys are getting tired. Their arms are starting to hurt. Their knuckles are getting bruised from punching you in the
Feels
face.
like he's going for an
Well, after
accent and
tonight
losing
ends,
it like
this is your
halfway
last
through each
chance.
sentence.
Either do it tonight or forget it. Because let me tell
Yeah.
you something. Once it's done,
that he's really
it is
confused about
done.
what
We've
accent
got
he's
better
trying to
things to
convey.
do. We got places to go, people to see. So this is your last chance. Make it a good one.
I don't remember if it was you or Scotty. I think it was Scotty that pointed out that they were like clubbing each other at the beginning of the match last time. And I hadn't really paid it that much attention until he said that. But this time, it's especially noticeably like laughable. Like,
yeah, that was Scotty that brought that up.
I was thinking it was, but I couldn't swear to it.
I'd like to introduce the challengers from the streets of South Philadelphia. He weighs 200
From the street. So are we saying he's homeless? I mean, he looks it. I mean, I'll buy that he's a like a street person, but
He weighs 238 pounds. Larry Winter.
damn, give this man some long tights for the love of God, or some knee pads. One of the two. You gotta have one or the other.
At this point, I don't even know what to say about him.
From parts unknown, a combined weight of 606 pounds, the current ECW Tag Team Champions, the Super Destroyers!
Here we go, Stevie Wonderful.
Points the camera like, hey, show the camera your belt.
Between the tag champs, the Super Destroyers, and the #1 contenders, Larry Winters and Tony Stetson.
That's right. Where else but right here on Sports Channel and the ECW, you get to see the titles put on the line.
This is 2 weeks in
Yeah,
a
look at
row.
this hokey shit.
Teams go at it. Last week ended in a controversial disqualification.
God.
Not allowing Winters and
Yes.
Stetson to take the straps.
Oh, give me a hug. You're such a
I
badass.
noticed
Oh,
that
my
when the
God.
Super Destroyers came to the ring. One of the Super Destroyers had his belt on upside down. Stevie, care to explain?
Would you
that?
like to know the answer to why he does that?
Yeah, I would love
Would
to.
you
know the
like to know the answer? Do you want me to tell you why?
answer. Stevie, would you please tell me why?
Next time I hear
As soon
this.
as you can tell me which one it was. That's right, so never mind. Pay attention.
We'll get back to that a little bit later, fans. We're right
Well
to the
played,
action.
Stevie.
Super Destroyer, I'll say #1, and Tony Stetson in the ring.
That's Super Destroyer number 2.
Super Destroyer #2, and Tony Stetson in action in the ring here. Little conference in each corner. Little pre-match strategy, possibly, Stevie?
Pre-match strategy, nothing. They're talking about who they're going to beat up in the parking lot, Jay Sully. They're not worried about this match.
Nice knee to the midsection by the Super Destroyers on Tony Stetson there.
But I must comment on the words of Hunter Q. Robbins, or what we heard earlier, that this is it for the #1 tag team title contenders, Larry Winters and Tony the Hitman Stetson. No rematches. This is it. This is the last shot.
You heard it here, folks. Stevie Wonderful.
If he puts him in a sharpshooter, I'm
Hunter
turning it off.
Announcing this is the final time Tony
This
Stetson
is
and Larry Winters are gonna
Bret
have
Hart
a
if he was a homeless man in Philadelphia.
Jay Sully, if I hear you
And
call
75
him
pounds heavier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knock the spit out of
If
your mouth.
if you wring all the oil out of his hair, it would poof out like this.
Mr. Hunter Q. Robinson.
Instead of that slick, greasy looking. Oh my God, he about
Man,
dropped
that
him on
was-
his head.
Yeah.
Larry
Come
Winters
on, man.
That was scary looking.
Working over the left
Got to
arm.
put a little more shoulder into that.
And look at the illegal headbutt by Tony Stetson.
An illegal headbutt.
Well, Winters should have been out of the ring.
He's got a 5 count to get out of that ring, Stevie.
Oh.
Nice martial arts. Reverse savate kick that looked like by Tony Stetson. And the cover.
Partial arts is what they should have called that one.
He's a master of the partial art. He's not really a master. He's okay at the partial art.
I'd say that they were, I don't think so.
Larry Winters working over that left arm of Super Destroyer #1, Stevie, did you say? Or
I'm telling you, dude, if there's a next get together, if there of any time we're going to be all in the same place, dude, you've got to cosplay Stevie Wonderful.
That would be awesome.
That is Super D #1.
Super D #1's in the ring with Larry Winters now. Okay, I think I've got it straightened out now.
Well, what was the problem before?
I think the Michael Hayes wig will work. You just got to
Oh yeah,
really
we could make that happen.
fluff out for you real well.
Gotta wake him up. His career.
Okay.
Ooh,
That was partial drop kick from Mr. Partial Arts.
Sully, have you
Oh,
ever
God.
seen CPR? I think he's
He was standing deep in his throat.
yeah, that's
God
what I was
damn,
thinking.
dude.
How do you make
Man.
that look?
No rematch.
Pretty sure he hit him a little bit with that drop kick too. It looked like.
Yeah. Yeah, he misjudged how long his legs are, apparently, from where he started when he threw
Look
it.
at the power of the Super Destroyer.
Pounding away, choking now. A prone Larry Winters in the corner of the Super Destroyers. Larry's in trouble. Tony Stetson trying to work his way into the ring, simply diverting the referee.
I forgot that Tony Stetson had, like, did some jobs in WCW and stuff. I come across a match the other night. It was Tony Stetson versus Sting, like from the WCW Power Hour back in the day.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Tony Stetson just couldn't help himself. He couldn't.
Was he the hitman there as well?
No, he was just Tony Stetson, believe it or
I
not.
got you.
They didn't,
They're probably like, hey pal, that shit ain't gonna work over here.
Larry Winters
They did cut him a little slack though, and didn't point out he was a street person. Like they just said he was from Philadelphia. They didn't point out he was from the streets.
Straight from the streets.
Irish whip by the Super Destroyer.
That might be intimidating if you're like from the streets of Memphis or LA or
Yeah.
from the streets of Minneapolis, and you're like, what?
Like, well, we know he can take the cold, but other than that, I'm not really intimidated, so to speak. Yeah, they're not exactly demolition there with them.
Got to get out within a 5 count, but the blatant double teaming just can't approve that.
So if Larry Winters, Tony Stetson don't win this one, oh Jesus, they don't get another title shot. I would rather Hunter Q. Robbins had thrown in that Larry Winters has to get long tights or knee pads or leave town
Or knee pads.
I'm good with any of that.
At least one. Like,
yeah, one knee pad would be a step in the right direction anyway.
I've never spent any time in a wrestling ring, but I couldn't imagine a world where you wouldn't want to wrestle with knee pads.
Yeah.
I don't see.
I mean, I know Ronnie Garvin would do it, but he was a salty old, sumbitch, I think he just did it to show how tough he was. And he really wasn't going down that much anyway. He would just stand and chop the shit out of people. But
Right.
Larry Winters is on his ass more than he is upright. So them knee pads would really, he's especially always crawling for a tag. So sure he's wishing he had some knee pads right about now. Boy, it's a choking motherfucker right here.
Yeah.
Look at that generic choking motion that guys would do. He's not selling him. I'm not going to single him out, but that was always just the hokiest shit. Yeah, like, if you swing your elbow like you're flapping your arms like a chicken, that really puts some extra oomph on it.
I don't know. That's not what the fans have been saying this evening, Stevie.
That's not what the fans have been saying, Stevie.
What the hell were they talking about right there? He was having a whole ass conversation. Dude, I dare you to make it halfway look like you're even touching him.
No kidding.
God damn.
Meets another right hand by Super Destroyer number 1.
You're right there. Tag. Don't wait for him. Okay. Oh, the dramatic falling tag.
Hot tag.
Hot tagging action.
But even a glove itself could have a effect, could cut an opponent.
That's right, because it's intimidation.
Oh, shit. Almost what they call a sling blade these days. Not quite, but sort of.
Sort of. Clumsy sling blade.
No sling blade. All right, they're setting themselves up for something, dude. Take them up on it.
Oh my God!
Got popped in the head. The Randy Savage Tito Santana Intercontinental title finish.
Yeah, that's the second time in what? This is our 5th episode.
5th episode.
Yeah, second time that finish has happened.
I don't know, Stevie. What's going on here?
No more Stetson. No more winners. No more number 1.
Well, I can't say I'm mad at that.
First one looked a lot better too.
Yeah, that was like. I mean, I gave my little brother a noogie on top of his head harder than that supposed punch that knocked him out. Sandman defends against Wild Man Blomo.
The crowd goes mild.
In part by Carver W. Reed, your Quality Plus Ford dealers, Trattoria Pizzeria in Exton.
Sandman really, I'm not digging in this era. That leather suit that he's wearing just is wrong.
Yeah.
Welcome to the wreck. We came for the wreck. We came for the wreck. Hit me hard.
Hey everybody, I'm Gene Jackson, and I want to introduce you to the Retro Wrestling Archive Podcast Network and the great pro wrestling nostalgia podcast we bring, including the Retro Wrestling Review Series covering the USWA, Memphis Power Pro Wrestling, Continental Championship Wrestling, and we've just added World Class Championship Wrestling, and now ECW. Plus great interview shows like Beyond Wrestling with Rob Held, where the stories go beyond the ring. Then there's Dangerous Conversations with the legendary Dangerous Doug Gilbert and Tommy Wildfire Rich. Plus, don't miss special live streams like Live from the Archive and Arc of an Angle. And the Retro Wrestling Archive Network is growing. We're proud to feature the affiliate shows like STS Pod, The Hang, classic pro wrestling talk. Get your bell rung, and even more great shows are coming soon. That's not all. Join the Retro Wrestling Archive Patreon for exclusive bonus content, early podcast releases, special extras, and access to a Google Drive that is absolutely busting at the seams with territory wrestling history, including our legendary Memphis Mega Folder. Podcast, interviews, watch-alongs, live streams, YouTube, Patreon, territory wrestling history. It's all waiting for you at RetroWrestlingArchive.club, where we're preserving pro wrestling history daily. Don't just remember it, relive it.
Tired of the same boring wrestling podcast? Need something with attitude, chaos, and maybe just a little cussing? That's STSpod.club, and we got it all covered. We've got wrestling weirdness with WTF News Desk, 5-minute time limit, and the Southern fried brain of me, BT, steering the whole ship. We also have rolling into Mempho every week about the current Memphis wrestling. Interviews, hot takes, and wrestling outrageousness so wild it might get you banned in 12 states. That's right, it's SDSpod.club, or search all podcast catchers for Shooting the Shiznit, where wrestling podcasts grow chest hair. Not sure what that meant. Love my mama.
So this man had a manager who was, despite the fact that he was an exact replica of the Grand Wizard, who could have been talking right now, but because they ran him off, now we're listening to this.
Our next match in ECW
Big Bob Ortiz.
for the ECW Heavyweight Championship, 1 fall, 1 hour time limit.
Like some of these gimmicks these guys had back in the day, man, is just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like how it ever made it on TV. Like, what the fuck is this guy supposed to be? Goddamn wild man, fucking retard. Like,
yeah, he's like, oh, he's got a sheet around him, and I mean, he looks like a 4-year-old. I mean, other than the beard and all that, though, but just as far as like his outfit, like this is like a 4-year-old dressed himself for picture day or some shit. Like, oh, watch that salute, brother.
jeez,
That would get him canceled if he did that now. Good Lord. I wish I'd have never said that, man. I was wondering, I can't believe Sandman is not coming out to some of those surfing songs, because now he is, and I'd rather have Billy Joel back at this point.
What title is he holding?
He is the ECW Heavyweight Champion. Snuka's just the TV champion. And his old lady Peaches there.
It's amazing to me that he was the heavyweight champion at this point.
Yeah, they looked up and down the roster and are like, yeah, this is who we need to represent the whole company right here.
He weighs 292 pounds. Wild Man Salvatore Palumbo.
Well, he's no JT Smith, but I digress.
1996 Sandman would beat the living shit out of 1993 Sandman. Like if a DeLorean pulled up right now with Doc Brown and Sandman smoking cigarettes and drinking beer with Metallica playing, he'd be like, what the fuck is this? And just take that stick and just beat his brains in.
Week of action we've got here, Stevie. 2 big title matches right in a row. First, the tag titles on the line, and now the Sandman, the Eastern Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
So do you think they're feeling the pressure? Like, hey, we really got to ramp things up. We're going to put 2 title matches on this week's show.
On the
just to
same
really
show. Yeah, and then, you know, the goofy video from Terry Funk. I definitely, and Paul Heyman coming in. I mean, it feels like they're you know, reaching for it for sure. I mean, but it has been a lot better show.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't complaining, but it's just surprising that of the two title matches on television, neither of the titles that's being defended is the television title. But and again, that means we'd have to watch a Snuka match in '93. So I'm all right with that.
I'm okay with that too. Yeah.
Damn, and seeing Sandman doing the old '80s clap and stomp, get them fired up things a bit.
Makes it feel like you're in an alternate universe.
Yeah, because I mean, if you just pick up in '95 where I picked up ECW, like you think Sandman's just this drunk dude that they hired and just gave him a stick and a beer and a cigarette. It's like, go to the ring. I don't know how to wrestle. Good, you don't need to. You're never going to need to wrestle. But to see that he actually tried to be like old time '80s clap, stomp, he's doing arm drags and hip tosses and shit. Like, I don't know if I respect that more or if it disturbs me more. I don't know. I'm mixed emotions about it.
That was your new champion. Wouldn't that be great?
I don't think the fans here in the ECW are quite ready for that, Stevie. But you never know. Anything could happen.
I don't know, Jay Sully. He heard
Oh.
cheers coming in here. You got to admit that. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, it must have been his only surfboard that Rockin' Rebel broke over his head, because you notice he doesn't have a surfboard with him now.
Yeah.
I don't know how long that lasts, but
Well, there probably aren't many surf shops in around Philly, so
yeah. Hey, Stetson, you know when you're out wandering the fucking streets at night, if you see a surfboard sticking out of a dumpster, snatch that for me, man.
Well, you know, on the USWA episode recently, he had what did he come in on? I don't remember what he said. It wasn't a tsunami that he rode in on.
Yeah.
So I mean, how's he going to get out of Philly? He's thousands of miles from Memphis now.
Yeah, he's stuck there now. Which
there is no Amazon in 1993.
He's probably not mad about that once he's seen a few of them payoffs.
Have to order that from the Sears catalog or something back then.
It's so crazy in '91 how many guys we've seen show up, and in the time it took them to get one paycheck, they're already gone from the territory because they get that very first check, and they're like, "Fuck every bit of that!" Like, no. I was watching that Jarrett Dark Side of the Ring, and
that's where I was going.
The Awesome Kong thing about saying that, like, she was women's champ, the head of the division, and she was making what a McDonald's manager makes, and I was like,
less than a McDonald's manager.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, 91 Memphis wrestlers would have fucking shit their pants to get McDonald's manager pay. Even 91 McDonald's manager pay. And then you think about guys like Chris Frazier and TD Steele that was going and getting their asses absolutely whipped week in and week out and wasn't getting paid shit.
Nothing. Yeah, man, that is insane. That's definitely a love of the game, you know.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, 91 alone, Chris Frazier has taken some just spectacular ass whoopings on TV. Just crazy. Oh. Look at this.
God, man. Ugh.
Dude, get that zipper up, man. It's creepy. That's the scariest thing about Sandman matches when he's wearing this getup in '93. You just see that zipper starts right up middle of his chest and it just keeps working its way down.
Ugh.
I wonder if that's like the measure, like, all right, it's almost to the head of my dick. We got to take it home.
Wrap this thing up. Let's go.
Once little Sandy pops out, we got to have this match wrapped up. Look at all them empty chairs over there. Get off that shot. God damn. This ain't even the snowstorm taping.
You're right. It's not. It may be. I mean, it's less packed than that was. I went on 5-minute time limit with BT earlier tonight, and we were discussing, you know, how many people showed up. He's like, "Oh, there's probably a few hundred people." And I don't think there's a few hundred people there, but maybe in some of the other episodes, but
not at this point.
No.
Yeah, man. Like the infamous snowstorm. I don't remember them ever showing a whole section as empty as that just was. That was disturbing.
Yeah.
Already signed the entire Hot Stuff International. Well, go figure.
Well, it's definitely getting better.
It is. It is. Well,
That's right,
then this
baby.
guy shows up.
Rockin' Rebel, the best thing to happen to
That's
ECW.
shit stain.
And Sandman knows it already.
Look at that
I went
jacket.
surfing on his head the last time we met, Sandman. You know all about it, and Peaches knows all about it. And look at here, brother. The
Somebody got
best
them
looking
a
woman in the
Dazzler
ECW,
off of
Tigra.
TV to make his jacket.
Baby. Sandman, you wanted her, but you couldn't have her, and I got her. And you know something? That's all, baby.
You know something? Nothing, bitches.
Yeah.
What?
I want to tell you one thing. Nothing. That was the gist of that. So the match that we didn't have on here last week from television, if you're wondering what you missed, Tigra there just raking Sandman's eyes over and over and over again. Like he would roll over the ropes and she would rake his eyes, and that was pretty much the gist of it.
189 pounds from Portugal, Ernesto Benavica. At this time, I would like to introduce Tigra from the rock and roll capital of the world. He weighs 258 pounds. The Rockin' Rebel.
Well, wait a minute. Where is the rock and roll capital of the world? I want to know what he considers that to be. That's why I turned it up. I wanted to hear where they announced him from. Because when they first said Portugal, I'm like, is the Rock and Rebel supposed to be from Portugal?
He's up for a tough time tonight, though. He's taking on the top competitor here in the ECW.
Surprised they called out Tigra.
Yeah. Yeah, normally she's just hanging out there. Look at this dude.
They've had some great matches.
They've got the
Ernesto
women involved as well. We see the
Benavico.
lovely Tigra outside the ring now, fans. She's mixed it up in the past.
Giving old Tiger a good shot of his ass there.
There's a lot of guys falling all over Miss Tigra out there.
This dude started trying to figure out what he wanted to wear as a wrestler. He's like, you know what? I want that George the Animal Steel look. That black tight, red stripe, red boots.
Rebel tying up with Ernesto here.
This motherfucker chews the turnbuckle there in a minute.
Slap to Ernesto's face. What kind of tactic is that, Stevie?
That's an open right hand, Jay Sully. That's what kind of tactic that was.
That's more intimidation, I think, before this match really gets a chance to get started here. The Rockin' Rebels just intimidating Ernesto Benafico in the ring.
Jay Sully, would you believe it if I told you right now the Stevie Wonderful pick of the week? I pick Ernesto or Renesto, whatever this guy's name is, to upset the Rockin' Rebel right now. Would you believe me if I told you that was my upset pick of the week? Take it to Vegas?
Sure, I believe you, Stevie. Absolutely. You're the man with the inside track here in the ECW, so let's watch out for Ernesto Benafico here, fans.
We're going to talk after the show, Jay Sully. I got some business to talk to you about.
Some property maybe to buy?
Business to talk.
Oh, big
Like
suplex
Goober.
by the Rockin' Rebel on Ernesto Benafico. That's a mouthful, Stevie.
Oh, that was almost a Buddy Landell elbow drop there. He didn't quite get the corkscrew twist to it, but it was halfway there.
You're close.
Just lunch to him. Then you have Tiger.
So somebody has told her, hey, anytime you see the cameras on, you just do the tiger balls there if you're getting it. It's like, all right.
Second one, misses that one. The Rebel wisely sidesteps out of the way, but I don't know if it would have been enough to bring the Rebel down anyway, Stevie.
You have Tiger on the outside, but you have the cat-like moves of the Rockin' Rebel inside.
Nice power slam by the Rockin' Rebel. I think that's it. Oh!
Yeah.
No, it wasn't time yet.
This guy looks like, the referee looks like they shrunk Nick Patrick a couple of feet.
You should take the victory.
Did he have him pin 1, 2, 3? Did the ref count it?
I believe he did, and I believe he's got
Spine
a pin
buster.
right here again. There's the 1, there's the 2, there's the 3. A humiliating defeat, but a great victory for the Rockin' Rebel, top competitor here in the ECW. Okay, fans, you saw it. We'll be right back for some more hot Eastern Championship Wrestling.
So this dude, he was about to get fucked up on some level, and it didn't even make TV. They cut to break, and she's probably like clawing him in the eyes or chopping the shit out of him. new and used, fine quality jewelry. Not a jewelry store. Much better.
Only. The ultimate.
Place for jewelry.
Carver
Carver W. Reed.
Sansom Streets since 1860.
Wow, since 1860. They've been there for a minute.
No kidding.
Oh, Todd Gordon's family came over on the fucking Mayflower, apparently, and sold jewelry.
Back here ringside, fans, with a rather smug Mr. Hunter Q. Robbins III. But before you get a chance to gloat, Mr. Robbins, I think the commissioner, Mr. Todd Gordon, has a special announcement he wants to make to everybody here.
Sully's almost
Hunter
Randy
Q.
Hales
Robbins
like
III
in the
said
delivery of
he'll never
that.
Give Tony the Hitman Stetson and Larry Winters another tag team title match. Is that correct?
That is correct, Mr. Gordon.
That is correct.
I have a contract right here,
Mr.
Mr.
Gordon.
Robbins. They're willing to put their hair on the line against the belt next week in a no disqualification, no time limit bout. What do you think about signing a contract now, Hunter Q. Robbins III?
Give it to me.
Well, wait one.
There you go. You signed, you gave it to me. I signed it. It's done. You live with it.
I'll live with it, but how about reading it next time?
Oh,
'Cause it
God,
says
the
right
classic.
here in the contract that right here next week in that tag team title match, hair versus the belt, you'll be here, but you'll be handcuffed to Iron Man Tommy Cairo right here.
What? I didn't agree with that.
Give me heard from my lawyers. I'm handcuffed to nobody. This is insane. You shut up.
Everybody out there, I know what you're looking at. You're looking at me, Chris Candido.
And
Star
I know
of the
what
show.
every one of you out there are thinking.
Yes, we're thinking, get that haircut back that you had
Johnny
before.
Hot Body no more.
No. Now, properly atop the ECW, we're taking our proper names, Christopher Candido.
And Jonathan Hot Body.
And we're ready to take out anybody in the ECW, Super Destroyers, Winter, Stetson. We don't care who it is because...
Bag ladies from Philadelphia, we don't care. Street people from New York, makes no difference. We'll
What about
kick you
street
too,
people
baby.
from Philadelphia,
All you
like
have to do
Tony
is
Stetson?
Put your name on a dotted line, and you'll find out why we're known as the Suicide Blonde.
Cowboy on the crowd there.
Looked like the top of his head was a little darker. You think maybe he was using the spray-in gimmick?
Oh, I'll bet. Because
Look,
that
is.
bald spot is not as prominent as it was.
It is absolutely not.
So you didn't have the coat that Eddie Gilbert was wearing out there earlier?
Dude, that was. Absolutely. It's got to be the same
He
coat.
totally grabbed Tommy Cairo's jacket and wore it out there.
Our next match, a special ECW grudge match. One fall, 30-minute time limit.
Well, you know, like,
One half of the
I've heard it said and read it a couple places. I don't know if it's true. I guess I should ask Doug and see if he has any insight on it. But they, you know, that you've heard them say ECW Commissioner Todd Gordon instead of like owner or president or matchmaker or any other different shit you've heard people say. They say that Eddie Gilbert was insistent on calling him Commissioner just for the fact that makes him Commissioner Gordon like Batman, and he thought that was
That's awesome.
which sounds like an Eddie Gilbert thing to do. So
that's
I'd like to
crazy.
think that's true.
Yeah. I
We've
mean,
got the Iron Man, Tommy Cairo, and a big grudge match versus
You know, since they're childhood friends and all.
right.
He's been calling him that for years.
Did you listen to the Chubby Dudley, Johnny Hotbody
I did.
interview?
I
I
did.
did too. Oh, I watched it.
I had it playing in the background while I was doing work stuff the other day, and it was interesting. He definitely took himself really fucking seriously.
Yeah. You know, it, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess if you put that much time into something, and this was the height of your career of doing that, or your time doing that, whatever you want to call. I mean, I don't guess that's much of a career. I'm sure you made any real money, but it'd be hard to let go, I would imagine.
Yeah, and I get, why guys like these two in the ring right now who were an integral piece of Tri-State and
Right.
the beginnings of ECW here. Like, it seemed like one of Heyman's first order of business was to start weeding those guys out pretty quick once he gets the reins.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell them, Christopher. I'm trying to tell them.
Some incredible action here in the ring. Tommy Cairo with a reverse martial arts kick. Oh, Johnny Hotbody with a knee to the Tommy Cairo's back. Outside the ring he goes. Chris Candido. What's he going to do, Stevie? Oh, clothesline outside the ring.
I'm sorry, Jay Sully. I'm watching the referee. The referee is obstructing Johnny Hotbody's view of the fallen Tommy Cairo.
Oh, shit.
You saw that, Stevie, didn't you? That
I felt that.
Johnny Hotbody hitting the old Cactus Jack spot there, the elbow off the apron to the floor.
Yes, sir.
Well, it was unassisted. Chris Candido was just near him.
I was not a fan of Chris Candido in the 90s. Man, I didn't like Chris Candido.
No?
No, I wasn't. I became a fan later, but not why, not.
You wasn't a Skip the Body Donna fan?
No, I was not a fan. I don't remember being a fan while he was alive. You know what I mean? I always felt bad about that after I found out how good of a guy he was. And,
Well, it just means I guess he was good at his job, and
But that's right. Yeah, I mean that's one way to definitely look at it.
I mean, I had seen enough of him in like Smoky Mountain tapes and stuff that I was excited when I heard he was going to the WWF, and then when he gets there as the Body Donnas, I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
But I mean, at the time, you had hillbillies and cowboys, and
that's right. I mean, that is true.
Trash man.
He always come off as really kind of hokey and goofy to me. Over embellished, a little more cartoony than I liked as a kid. I appreciate that stuff a lot more now and understand, what that adds to the show and to a match and, all that stuff. But back then I didn't. I just didn't care for the guy.
Yeah. And overshadowed by Sonny most of the time.
Yeah, that could have been part of it too.
And then poor Tom Pritchard got forced into shaving his head and coming in, bleaching his hair blonde, being zipped. I remember when they first walked out on TV, I was like, that guy looks familiar.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know, halfway through the match where they finally zoomed in on his face one time, I'm like, oh my God, it's Tom Pritchard. Like,
that's Dr. Tom. What the fuck? Yeah, man, that's so crazy. They're so goofy looking too, like that. Oh, so ridiculous.
I mean, at least, Candido, all he did was put a damn singlet on. He already had the hairdo, but I mean,
how long was it? When did he leave for Smoky Mountain? It's pretty soon. I mean, this is pretty short lived, correct?
Yeah, he's probably out of here. 3-4 months, maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. That sucks, but
because he had been waiting, Cornette tells the story that he had been asking to come to Smoky Mountain from the time, Cornette opened it up, and Cornette's like, man, I can't justify asking you to move down here. We're just starting out, and I can't afford to pay you enough to live off of. And then he finds out about, damn, Heyman's already in the credits in the first episode that he's on.
That's crazy.
And then he finds out about Sonny and gives her a job as a heel manager, and he brings the pair together, and that's when he moves to Smoky Mountain. Wouldn't be seen in ECW for a while after that.
Yep. Paul would still get his chance to take advantage of him later.
My goodness, did he ever? So yeah, man, like you said throughout the show, it's getting better. Paulie dangerously showing up. So when you look at that image in the ring, and you got Eddie Gilbert, Paulie Dangerously, Jimmy Snuka, Don Morocco. Now, granted, Don Morocco and Jimmy Snuka are definitely on the downhill slide. But in a promotion this size, just getting TV where they're at, it's a big deal to have guys of that name caliber on your television. But Paulie Dangerously is fresh. I mean, he just got fired from WCW. So he's been on nationwide TV pretty recently. As
in the
had
South, though,
Eddie Gilbert.
What do you think? Don Morocco was obviously from up north. I mean, I'm sure he would have been probably better known of the two. How relevant do you think WCW would have been in? I mean, I don't know. By that time, they had been on TV for years.
When they would come to Philly, they drew good. I mean, Halloween Havoc 89's in Philly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They drew big houses up there. And it was just that Philly was the first WCW town to have that heel dynamic where they were like shitting on the dynamic dudes and cheering the heel Freebirds and not giving the reactions that WCW wanted for TV. At least, but they did draw well. So I feel like Paulie Dangerously, the character, carries a decent amount of weight, on Philadelphia television here. It seems like a big deal. He's here, like he said in the promo. People are wondering, like, well, why are you and Eddie Gilbert back together in Philadelphia and not WCW, not WWF, not somewhere else? So
yeah, I like how he just tosses that out there,
Yeah,
because I knew there would be questions.
Yeah, I mean, that's smart. And make it seem like it's it's your choice. It was back then. There wasn't the internet. Everybody didn't know Paul had gotten fired from WCW. They just knew he wasn't there anymore. And that's a whole big story in and of itself that folks can look up, or we don't know. We may talk about it here at some point. But he finally gets fired over like some shit about misrepresenting, so they would, as a manager, he somehow managed to get on a Turner contract rather than a WCW contract somehow. But I guess because he was an announcer, he was actually a Turner employee, which meant a couple of things. One, he was able to have health insurance, which the wrestlers didn't have.
Yep.
And all his travel got reimbursed.
Wow.
Which didn't happen for wrestling.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
That was huge.
You can imagine what travel would take out of your pay. God.
And they would put him up in like hotels, like nice hotels. Yeah. And so the accusation came that he was like sending in bogus receipts for like hotel stays and plane tickets that he didn't use. And ultimately, that's what they ended up firing him. They wanted to fire him anyway, supposedly, because he was getting to be a pain in the ass. He's starting to interject himself into creative stuff and things like that. But that's
right.
The story goes that's why he got fired. But I think we touched on this in maybe the not pre-show, but the episode 0 where we were setting everything up. That at this point, Jim Crockett, who had sold out to Ted Turner, and Ted Turner took over WCW, and part of that deal was Crockett had like a no compete for X amount of time. And at the end of 93, or maybe like October-ish, that was finally going to be up. So he was going to start this WWN World Wrestling Network, and he wanted Heyman to book it for him. And so Heyman's just killing time until this is going to supposedly happen.
Right.
So he's buddies with Eddie Gilbert. They hung out in Continental together. He was Eddie's booking assistant in Continental. So Eddie asked him to come in and help him book, but primarily, according to Paul Heyman, according to Todd Gordon in his book, according to Eddie, I think mentioned it in the shoot interview he did with Bob Barnett, that Heyman was basically here to help guys get better at promos. He was going to produce promos with guys and just kind of help out and to kind of scout talent for Crockett's deal. Maybe bring some people in. And Todd Gordon himself has said, I've gone back and listened to shoot interviews and read his book and all these different things. And through all this, from the time Heyman shows up on this taping up through when he starts booking for Todd, he doesn't accept a dime of payment through any of this shit. He says, I'm just here. I'm here to look for talent for Crockett. I'm here to help Eddie. I'm here to help the talent. You don't have to pay me. Don't pay me a fucking dime. And so he doesn't. And even when he starts booking, he tells Todd, you don't have to pay me till we start making some money. And Todd's like, I don't know. Something feels weird about this. And I think he eventually forced his hand and started paying him something there. And then when he offered to pay him, that's when Heyman tells him, make me a partner. Give me, 50% of the company. And, we'll call this, all the work I've done up till now, even. And so that'll all unfold later. That gets really interesting how all that plays out with him, buying his way into the company without ever paying a dime. His time previously spent working. But we'll get to all that. Right now, he's just Paulie Dangerously the manager and backstage helper. But boy, in the meantime, he's going to start befriending Todd Gordon. And Eddie's behavior is going to get a little more erratic as time goes on, and he will go missing at times. And Paul just happens to be there to
play cleanup,
to be Todd's friend and hang out with him and talk and bond with him, and that all pays off for him in the end. But anyway, for right now, he's a manager. He's here. He's part of Hot Stuff International, but very soon, very, very, very soon, we're going to start moving that towards being the Dangerous Alliance, as Paul had in WCW and other places. And, we're seeing different angles forming here. We've got this tag team feud going on with the Super Destroyers against Larry Winters and Tony Stetson. And now you've got Hunter Q. Robbins is going to be handcuffed to Tommy Cairo, and he's very upset. He's going to get his lawyers. What's funny is ECW eventually breaks out as wanting to be this new thing and kind of change of what wrestling has been. But right now, boy, we are leaning into all the 80s tropes, shit that had just been a wrestling thing. The old classic, you read part of the contract, but you didn't read the best part of it. That's Memphis. I mean, that might as well have been Eddie Marlin out there, or Jay Sully sounded a lot like Randy Hale. That could have been, well, you didn't read the contract and good enough. Hunter Q. Robbins deterred, and now you're going to be handcuffed at ringside to Uncle Harold. And so, Eddie is definitely bringing Memphis to Philadelphia, and pretty soon he's gonna be bringing his friend Kevin Lawler is going to come up there to be Freddie Gilbert. That's
wow.
So get ready.
That's going to be interesting. Yeah,
get ready for Freddie Gilbert. This is his shining moments in wrestling. Because in Memphis, he either had to be nondescript referee Kevin Christian. We don't know who that guy is. And then of course, more famously, or maybe less famously, I don't know, the Yellow Jacket in his padded suit and mask. So this may be his one time out away from Dad, far away, making a name for himself, although it's not his own name. It's a silly play on the Gilbert name. But
I'm sure Eddie loved getting to get one of his children to do that.
Oh, you know it. Did you hear the episode of our friend Jimmy Street and our friend Wolfie D when Kevin was on there and they talked to him about he went to Jerry to tell him hey, Eddie's taking me to Philadelphia, and Lawler's like, I can't stop you, but this ain't gonna end well, And Kevin's like, oh, that'd be great. Yeah, he's back. He's back
in no time. Yeah.
And that would be the last time that he would
venture off on his Memphis
own. Yeah, ever, pretty much, I guess it seems. So we're moving in a good direction. I'm pretty happy with things. So we
can see where stuff is branching out. It's starting to make sense. Storylines are making sense. We know who the characters, we know who the players are. It's starting to get a lot better. It's starting to get a lot more interesting. We've had a discussion a few times. I've asked, hey, what do you think? How do you think it stands up against Memphis? Or how do you think it stands up against, other places. And I think it's doing all right. I don't think it's too bad. I think our crowd numbers are abysmal though. It looks like they've gotten significantly smaller than they were. Our show's getting better, but our crowd's getting smaller. I know that won't last for very long, but
that one shot hurt my feelings. Like, whoa, that's why it's the hard cam side. Don't point it in that direction. Damn it, come on. But yeah. So, and one name intrigued me that you pointed out earlier as we were going to commercial. It said already signed for the next TV taping, Road Warrior Hawk. So, I mean, 1993, he's still a big fucking deal. Road Warrior Hawk on a television show, definitely means something. So it'll be interesting to see how they use. When you look at that roster right now, you're like, who do I want to see Hawk in there against?
Right.
And it almost has to be, Eddie, Jimmy Snuka, Don Morocco, somebody of that ilk
caliber. Right. Oh man, Hawk and Terry Funk would be fun, but
yeah,
I know. I mean,
we're
not. That's not gonna happen. But
you think Hawk and Funk is a tag team against,
in
a handicap against Morocco, Snuka, and Gilbert or something? I just for fun, just for personal pleasure, I would like to see Hawk get his hands on Rock and Rebel. Maybe in the parking lot.
Absolutely. What? So what was the? Do you know what was going on with Animal at this point, or what?
This is when Animal had his back injury and he has retired for a time. He's one of the guys who cashed in on one of those Lloyd's of London insurance policies.
Oh, okay.
And so he is, he's out of the business. He'll, much like Kurt Hennig before him, he'll eventually come back in time. But right now, he's out. He's out of the business, and he's making appearances. Like one of these Crockett shows in Texas, like they had him booked and he didn't no show, but he was like gonna arm wrestle somebody or some stupid shit. I don't
gotcha.
But yeah, he'll be back around. So yeah, Hulk is in Japan. He's teaming with Kensuke Sasaki as the Hellraisers.
Okay.
Sasaki, like the Power Warrior.
Yeah.
And he had like the green shoulder pads to match the spikes and all that jazz. But here in the States, Hawk's just kind of, he'll pass through WCW as a single at times. And he ends up here doing this show, doing ECW, makes some shots here. And I know there's a big indie show. I think it's a Carluza show where he wrestles Eddie, floating around. I've seen in the past.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that'll cross our path somewhere in here, so we'll check that out. But absolutely. I guess that's going to be it for episode 5, man. But I think we're heading in a good direction. I hope the show. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves, and it's just going to get better as the show gets better, and there's more things to talk about, and our end of it'll get better. We're just having fun with what's here for right now.
Just calling it like we see it.
Right? Yeah. I mean, if you think you can call a match with Sandman wearing what he's wearing and not draw attention to it, I'll watch it. Upload it, and let us see how you handle things. We'll check it out. So until next week, I'm Gene Jackson, along with your new favorite podcaster. That's right, Mr. Brandon Wheeler, who has to say,
see ya. Check out Kayfabe Cave. We are a destination for wrestling fans. Come see our museum area featuring ring-worn memorabilia and collectibles. We carry figures, cards, belts, and much more. We take pride in bringing you the rarest and most unique meet and greet opportunities. Please follow us on social media at Kayfabe Cave. Remember, keep it kayfabe.
Step inside the Neutral Corner Lounge, grab a drink, and pull up a chair. You might know the faces, and you definitely know the names, but you don't know the real story. Welcome to Beyond Wrestling, hosted by me, Rob Helt. Every episode, we sit down with some of the biggest and even smallest personalities in the business. But there's a catch. We leave the squared circle at the door. We're not talking about angles, road trips, title runs, anything like that. We're talking about real life. I try to give you the person behind the persona. We dive into their hidden passions, their off-the-clock lives, and what actually makes them tick when the cameras stop rolling and the boots come off. If you want to know who these people are, who they are when they aren't playing a character, this is the only place to be. Subscribe to Beyond Wrestling with Rob today on YouTube or your preferred podcast platform. Find all the great content we provide here at Jackson Media Creations at RetroWrestlingArchive.club. Step into the lounge, grab a drink, we'll save you a seat.
Got a stack of VHS tapes, dusty old newsletters, plastic men in tiny capes, playing old video games. His basement a shrine to the past, the wrestling's glory days forever last. Retro wrestling nerd, he knows every word, every drop kick, every slam. Retro wrestling nerd, yeah, that's his jam. To Japan.